Hi, this is Anthony Hamilton. I want to thank you for finding your way to this collection of sample chapters from my audiobook version of my book, Mind, Time, and Power. The introduction and the prologue and two sample chapters to give you a taste of the book so you'll see what you think of it. If you want to buy the book, you can find a link to it on my website, mindtimeandpower.com. I'm also going to be sending you a free 1-month Mind Power course. If you want to contact me, or if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. You will get my address in that 1-month Mind Power course. So enjoy these sample chapters. I'm thrilled that you found your way to this book, and I hope that you get a lot out of it. This information certainly changed my life, and I'm thrilled that you're here, and I want to wish you all the best. So what I plan to do in this little video is give you an overview of the book and also tell you where it came from, why I wrote it in the first place, and how I came up with the original idea. So the whole thing started for me when I was 10 years old. I was outside, I fell asleep in a field. It was a hot, sunny day, and the next thing I knew, I was looking at myself at the age of 32, as though I was sort of in a helicopter or something looking down at myself. And I saw myself at 32. When I woke up, it felt to me very special. This was no ordinary dream. This was something unusual that happened to me. So I started on a quest that took me 20 years altogether, trying to figure out how is it possible to get information from the future, because this is what I thought happened to me. And after 20 years of research, I finally came up with a new model of consciousness that explained how it is possible for somebody at the age of 10 get a glimpse of their future and then have that future unfold. And I wanted to know that I wasn't insane, that I was a normal person, that this was a normal experience. And so what I developed was a new model of consciousness that explains how it's possible to get information from the future. And this new model has now been confirmed by scientists, and it's completely revolutionized psychology and the way we look at the human mind and the human brain and human personality, and what it means to use your mind to achieve your goals, create your life. So the book is in two parts. The first part is called Discovering Your Hidden Power. Chapter 1 is Discovering the Magician Within. That's something within you that's making your life the way it is. Chapter 2 is about thinking. What is thinking anyway? We think all the time, but what is it? Chapter 3 is about waking up to your power. Once you understand what this thing is that's creating your life, then you realize you have the power to control it. Chapter 4 is Concepts, Models, and Maps, which talks about using metaphors and images and models and internal maps, which is how we think. It's how we organize our thoughts as human beings. And what happens when you change the model, when you adopt a new model? Everything shifts. The next chapter is called Models of the Mind. Going back 150 years ago, people thought of the mind as a library. That was the best model, the best metaphor that they could come up with to say, well, the mind's kind of like a library. And if you know something about horses, you're going to have a book about horses, and you go there in your mind and all the information about horses is kept there. So that was the model that they had. And then when the computer was invented, then they said, oh, gee, the mind's kind of like a computer. And we started talking about programs in the mind, same as in a computer, and how you can reprogram your mind and you can change the program. You can use a different program in your mind to do different things. Now we have a new model, which is called quantum consciousness, which uses the model of quantum physics to describe the mind and some of the marvels of quantum physics and what that means about time and space and information and your mind. So this part 1 talks about the history of our thinking of the mind and how we create models culturally to understand our life. Then in part 2, now that we've explained what the model is, how do you use it? How do you use it to improve your life, transform your present, heal your past, and create your future? The next 10 chapters or so in the book talk about how you can use it. I use the metaphor of quantum physics from Albert Einstein to develop this quantum model of consciousness for the mind. And part of that model says that thinking is actually a kind of time travel. That when you think of the past, you're getting information from the past. When you think of the future, you're getting information from the future. And as I say, this has now been confirmed by scientists. They call it mental time travel. So there's a chapter on the key to your personal power, and your personal power is to use your imagination as a time machine. Then I talk about what attitudes are and how you can shift your attitude and your beliefs and your mindset to open up new possibilities in your life. The next chapter is about the affirmation principle, which is a simple little tool of writing down an affirmation and then playing around with it in your mind to change your mindset, change your belief. The next chapter talks about emotions and states and beliefs. And then changing the past is the next chapter. How can you reframe a past event so you can literally change an event that you considered negative into one that's now positive? The next chapter is on cultivating the future. Now that you understand your power and you can use your mind as a time machine, how do you use that to decide which possible future reality you experience? So the same as you can drive to a different city, you can imagine yourself moving to a different reality, enjoying better relationships, more prosperity, more confidence, better self-esteem. So all of these are possible in the future. So this chapter is on designing and cultivating your future, creating a new destiny for yourself. And the key to it, of course, is to set goals. Most people think they have goals when really what they have is dreams and wishes. And so a goal is a very specific thing that you have decided to experience. Once you make a decision on achieving a goal, your mind switches into a different gear and you begin to get ideas from that possible future that will literally tell you how you can achieve that goal, how you can experience that possible future. The next chapter is on self-motivation. You see, the problem is most of us don't know how to maintain a high level of self-motivation. We need people to push us. We need people to motivate us and to push us to do things. Well, nobody's going to motivate you to achieve your special goals in your life. You have to motivate yourself. This chapter is about doing that. The next chapter is about using your imagination as a creative force in your life. So that's the outline of the book. I've told you where the book came from, where the idea behind it came from, how I embarked on this quest as a young child, age of 10 or 12. And here I am today. I just turned 77, and I'm still exploring this new model of consciousness that is detailed in my book. So I hope you enjoy the book. I've included 4 chapters for you to listen to get a flavor of the book, and I would be thrilled to have you buy the book, use the book, start a book club, introduce your friends to the book, and start a little book club discussing the principles in the book and how you can use it to help yourself and to help other people use this new model of quantum consciousness to change your past, change your present, change your future. So there we have it then. This is the overview of what the book is about, where it came from, why I wrote it, why I've been obsessed, I suppose you could say, since the age of 10 with understanding how the mind works. And if you would like to get 4 sample chapters of the audiobook so you can listen to it, get a flavor of what it's like, and experience these ideas for yourself, then simply write to me. You can find a link on my website, mindtimeandpower.com. I will add you to my mailing list. I'll send you the free chapters. I will also send you the 1-month Mind Power course and a free workbook to help you design and create the life that you want. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye for now.